Welcome to the new week. Once again, I don't think I have anything to talk about. Man, all these plants are leaning. I keep having to restake them, the inermis and Simon and the glabrata, and they just keep going like this. But maybe that'll be fixed soon. So, I don't think I did too much this week because I'm out of steam. I realize since I got this house, every thought that I have is always either preparing or doing something in the house. So this past week I escalated my claim with insurance up to, I think it's called like executive customer services, because it's been 3 months and my roof still isn't fixed. And they still didn't get back to me in the time frame that they told me they would. So they just, I mean, I'm almost about to complain to every state has a kind of insurance regulatory group or board or something like that. I'm just about to go to complain to them because just fix my roof already. It's not even the whole roof. It's just a section of the roof. So, I got a suggestion of a guy who does painting among other kind of house reno and work stuff. So he was suggesting to power wash this house, and I think you're not supposed to power wash wooden houses. I think you're supposed to sand them down. So he's gonna get an estimate back to me for power washing, but I think I'm gonna ask him, hey, tell me how much it would be costing to sand it down and repaint it too. I'm sure it's astronomical. I also had him look at that shed roof, because if it's like a couple hundred, I might as well get it fixed, but if it's a couple thousand, maybe I'll just replace it with one of those fancy like half shed half greenhouse deals. I scythed half of the front yard this morning because I guess I picked up a second wind after re-rinsing some saucers out and moving the Drosera filiformis up to the house, because it's going to be, a week ago it was saying it was going to be 26 at night, Tuesday or Wednesday night. Now it's saying 29, even if it's sort of around freezing or 1 degree below. I think I already want to move it in. As you can see, I still have metal racks in the plant room. I figured I'd give you a nice background. I did get 2 of the nice wooden plant racks that I ordered to start moving this stuff around the rest of the house to clear this room out so that it can get fixed up one of these days. Little Georgie paws under the door. I have not started putting those together yet because they only came a couple days ago. I kind of have a exclusion zone on my front porch where I let things sit for a couple of days to UV blast the outside of the boxes before I bring them in, right? To sterilize whatever happened to it. I need to start building those. I was looking into, do I feel like hanging the lights that I have from the ceiling with the U or C hooks or whatever they're called like I did in here? No, I don't think I feel like putting holes in all of the rest of the ceilings, even though it ought to be easy to patch up, but somehow I just don't like it. Or hang bookshelf brackets from the walls, and either put up the ones that have a space at the end for a bar to go through it, like the kind that you usually put in a clothing closet, and maybe put some hanging plants off of that. But most of my plants aren't in hanging baskets because I don't know, I don't really like that. For some reason, I don't know why. And then maybe hang the lights off of that, or put up 2 bookshelf brackets and a shelf on top of it, and then mount the lights to the bottom of the shelf, and then put all the power strip and all of the electrical doohickeys on top of the shelf to kind of clean it up and hide it away from sight, because it would be kind of high up on the wall in order to have the lights high up like they are in here. Or I found some, they're kind of tension clamps that you put on the railings of a porch or balcony with a hook at the end of it for putting things like hummingbird feeders off of the end of them. So that's what I'm currently thinking, but I'm sure I'll change my mind again. But I still have a little while anyway, because this doesn't need to happen right now, because I don't even have the money to fix up this room right now, so it's not happening anytime soon. So stuff can still hang out in here for a while, till I figure out what I'm doing and think of the best solution. Because if I got brackets and put up shelves and stuff, that would cost way more than just reusing the hooks that I have in the ceiling right now. The bird feeder hanger brackets aren't too much, so buying a bunch of those won't cost too much more. But because I was thinking about getting fancy brackets, like with little foxes and bunnies and stuff in them, with like the swirly stuff around the L, like in here, and like a fox and stuff, to fit kind of the Victorian and animal theme that I have going on, of course. But that would cost an arm and a leg, so I don't know. I guess I'm thinking my way through it. So speaking of this variegated monstera, I missed the NASC this year. I still feel kind of bad about it. And I realized that these things are going for a ridiculous amount these days. So I think I'm actually gonna put some up for auction to benefit NASC. Off season from the usual benefit auction. But I've ordered some heat packs, and I might put it on like eBay or something and see if I can't auction off some nice chunks of it. About the top foot of it, or foot and a half, has these nice leaves, so that ought to rake in a pretty penny. Because I think I want to chop it back a little bit anyway if I'm going to be moving it around the house. Maybe I'll make it into multiple plants or something to put around with the rest of the Nepenthes and stuff when I get those fancier racks put together and redistribute the plants all over the house. Man, why do I keep making myself so much work? So I guess I'm kind of in a thinking and not really doing stage, but that's kind of good because I am physically exhausted from this year. I have not got those trees that I ordered yet. I still need to dig holes, but I don't want to dig holes before I have them because I don't know how big the root ball is, and I don't want to like have a bunch of holes at the end of my yard, which is maybe at or just above the water table level, because that might create like a surprise swamp or pond, and I don't want to get into that. And what else did I say I was gonna do? Oh, I finally put the last desk together that I had ordered. It was sitting around for weeks. Still haven't opened up that pressure canner because it's not the time of year to have lots of green stuff and fruit and stuff to make preserves or pickles or anything out of. And I've been completely exhausted. What else is going on? And I guess my preparation for next year are going along okay. So I don't know if you can see in this cephalotus cuttings or pullings or whatever you want to call it. There's a piece of root in there. There's some leaves. There's some pictures. There's an accidental growth point, like mini growth point that had sprouted up in the mother pot that I have that accidentally the whole thing came up. So it's just straight perlite on the bottom and some live sphagnum on top, because I heard that live sphagnum helps it sprout roots from somebody, and other people say just use straight perlite. So perlite for about 1.5 inches, about 1 inch of standing RO in there, and then top dressing with live sphagnum. And it's not dead yet, so we'll see. What else? I am sitting right in front of my cinnamon tree that I thought had died, but I am seeing, while I'm sitting down here, a wonderful surprise. So the top of it's definitely died back, which is kind of okay because the plant was getting a little bit too big for me. But look, it sprouted little leaves. Can you see that? It has new little branches on the bottom. And then those leaning Nepenthes. I gotta do something about that. So even though I keep doing something about it and I'm sick of it. So actually I might chop back most of the tall vines to fit on the new plant racks. Either that or wind it around them, so maybe I won't need the bamboo stakes anymore. So I'm not really gonna worry about it. So I think I'm gonna go back to doing close to nothing because I need a break. So we're at 10 minutes anyway. See you next week.